Mars Express is a French sci-fi animated film directed by Jérémy Perrin. It is his debut film. This one is a sort of solid mix of Blade Runner, Terminator, mostly Ghost in the Shell, a little bit of iRobot in there too. But there's a lot of different influences that it wears on its sleeve. However, this movie still manages to be really entertaining, an entertaining mix of sci-fi, action, and philosophy. This one is about Aline Ruby. She is a private detective with her partner Carlos Rivera. The two of them run a private detective agency, and at the beginning of the film, they are tracking down a super hacker. And then they are given a new case where they are sent to track down a student who's been doing jailbreaking, kind of like the same way you can jailbreak a phone. You can also jailbreak robots so that they don't have to follow the 3 laws. And of course that becomes very dangerous because when a robot is jailbroke, it can kill people, it can go places, it can do things. So the two of them are trying to find this woman. And it turns into this sort of neo-noir detective story with a little bit of corruption in there. You know, masked hitters come for them. There's lots of sweet action sequences. The animation's pretty jarring and shocking because the movie's a little bit violent, but overall it's a really absorbing story and it really develops the characters. Aline's trying to go sober, and there's also an interesting subplot about Carlos. He's got an ex-wife and problems, and they don't really sugarcoat things. It's a pretty interesting, brutal world, and there's also like an interesting, lots of world building. You know, there's they're in Mars right now, and they're going to a city where robots and humans basically intermingle. But Aline herself, I don't know, she's not full human. There's a lot of humans who have cybernetic enhancements of sorts, but there's also Carlos who died, and they basically put his mind into a full robot body. So effectively, he's technically immortal until someone kills the body, I guess, and they can't recover it. So it really opens up a lot of questions. And Pat Labor is the other movie that it sort of has an influence on. So even though this movie borrows from so many different concepts and different styles and different themes and sort of little cherry picking, it's still unique on its own to be really interesting. And I like the animation. The story's pretty solid. It manages to not just be an action fest with shootouts and robots chasing each other, things like that, but it also has some deep-seated philosophical questions, and all in like an hour and 25 minutes. It's a really compact film. Definitely, I think, will be a future sci-fi classic. I really like this film, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10.